This one. Why can't you just do here? Okay. Well, I can trim it down somehow. So the first thing we're gonna do, girls, you really have to pay attention. You're gonna have to watch because you don't have the language yet. So the first thing I do is I always smack it into a ball to the best of my ability. Something like this. Why are you guys hitting each other? Okay, that's good. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this to be centered on the wheel. And then I need to cone the clay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center it, try to get it within that circle in the middle, and then I'm gonna cone it. So coning is applying pressure and then putting it up and then putting it back down again. And what it does is it softens the clay and makes it become more movable. So I'll show you guys that process right now, and hopefully it stays. I have not thrown in a while, so bear with me. Alright, it's pretty much centered. So what I'm going to do now is just cone the clay. So I'm just going to move it up into a cone shape. Are you dying?
You spit it on me.
Alejandro, don't spit on people. It was probably an accident. I'm getting like a speed wobble. Okay, so now that it's coned, you can see that a little bit. I'll slow it down. Ceramic artists make this look easy. It's not. I am not a ceramic artist. I am a painter, but I can show you guys how to make a bowl very generically. Boys, get off your phones. Oh my gosh. So now what I'm gonna do is start to create my bowl. I think I want to flatten this a little bit though. So then you just kind of jam your fingers. A bowl or a vase, we'll see. I don't know what it decides to come out as. Now, I don't know why, but every time I throw some sort of anything, it always winds up being uneven on one side. I've had kids though. Does anybody remember Victor? You guys would have been 6th graders. He wasn't fat, he just looked like he was 30. You know, Big Victor? You guys were 6? Yeah, the big one. That kid, man, he could throw on the wheel. He was just naturally really good at it. So much better than me, but it was so funny to see him because he was like 6 foot something. He'd sit here and he was huge. He looked like a giant. He was like a big giant kid, and he'd sit here and make the most beautiful bowls. I think I'm gonna go with some sort of vase right now. So now I'm at the point where I am just trying to get a general shape. I'm trying to get areas that are thicker, thinner, and trying to make it more even. This is also where you can start to either like pinch it so it gets wider or move it upwards. So if you want to move it upwards, you can always, and then you just kind of pull up. Ah, Miss Carrie is so much better at this than I am. Do I have a speed bubble? It's a little wobbly. All right, so I'm gonna stop for a second to see where I'm at. What are you, a pterodactyl?
I'll just drink.
Okay, so yet again, every time I throw on the wheel, I get this little like indentation here, and then I'm like, oh, looks like I made another ramen noodle bowl, you know, for the chopsticks. That's what happens. So I'm gonna fiddle with it a little bit more, but that's generally it. Once it's painted and bisque fired and then glazed, then you can actually use it to eat out of, which is kind of cool. They make a good gift. I require all my 8th graders to at least try this. Okie dokie. Questions, comments, concerns, general grievances? No? All right, cool. You can shut that.